Okay.
What?
Flash would have donated $3.33. Hello Artie. How are you tonight? Nice, good to know. Your chat always says Flash would have known. It must be tiring to hear every time that Flash could do what Artosis could not. Would Flash have won? Maybe. But he certainly doesn't have that hat. Gotham.
Got him. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. We are back at the ESL Open Cup. This is the first match for tonight. It's actually around a 32 match. It seems like a kind of a light bracket. We're gonna have Pig. Pig always plays random, by the way, and he did random in Zerg, which, you know, that was his main race for many years as a pro gamer. And he's playing against Exostriker here, who's going to make the pylon at his natural and go ahead and pylon scout off of that as Protoss. So, you know, he's going to be able to scout reasonably quickly and see that he's Zerg and play accordingly, you know. Obviously, that might not be exactly when he would want to scout normally, but he's already knows what race his opponent is, so... And the optimal building placement he's already doing, so that's good. Oh, Gary. Oh, my God. Gary, you didn't hear I'm not streaming today? No, I'll be playing Brood War in about probably 2.5 hours. Mapu is observing this, by the way. Is this a Titan, man? Shit. That was so funny. But anyways, I mean, we're going to chill here for a minute. We'll get into it. These brackets get really good around round of 16, round of 8. I don't know exactly how good Exostriker is. I know that Pig is actually quite strong. You know, Pig GM with all 3 races, so, you know, he knows what he's doing. Why does the Nexus tell them how many workers they have mining? Yeah. Yeah. Do you know all their buildings fit together perfect, too? You're never going to have lings run in somewhere unexpected. Did you know that? So, I mean, this is pretty standard build openers. Build orders to open with. Yeah, the ling's going to chase this probe out for now. And the Overlord from Pig going to go ahead and be able to find the Stargate. He put the Stargate in a pretty forward position, so kind of sloppy in that way. And look at that. He keeps the Overlord just out of range, so that's really, really nice. That makes the Protoss think that maybe Pig doesn't know. Pig, by the way, hitting a pretty big supply block and making 3 Overlords at once. Definitely not what you're looking for right there. So a bit of a mistake. I wasn't paying close attention to exactly how long that was, but I think the supply block was actually the length of an Overlord build, so that's kind of long. A couple lings get in, and Pig will be able to go ahead and harass a little bit. Hitting some of these probes, so that's nice. Some good micro. Okay, you can tell Exostriker's actually pretty good just by the probe micro. Like, he basically microed that perfectly. Oh. Yep. Yep. Very, very good micro. Okay, that actually makes me think that this could be a very good series. Because, like, like, let's say he was, like, a diamond player. He would probably lose shit there. He did end up losing an adept across the map, it looks like. Probably because he was microing his probes heavily. Wow, people really betting on Pig instead of Exostriker. I think it's because the Exostriker isn't very well known. Like, I had a feeling this would be a reasonable match, and that's twofold. Like, Exostriker, I feel like I've heard this ID before, and if I've heard your ID, you're pretty good. And then also, he's got a European flag. And this is a terrible time for Europeans, really, to come and play. So you're pretty damn good, normally. Whenever you see a European flag in the NA Cup, normally they're pretty good. Same with Korea, because this is, like, super, super early in Korea, right? Like, you have to be up at 8 a.m. to play this. So that's, the NA flags, you know, you never know what you're going to get. And South American flags, too. But, yeah. Anyways, the Oracle's flying across the map. We're going to see if they can get any damage. Fly right over Pig's Queen, right into a Spore. Okay, okay. Gets 3. Takes pretty heavy hull damage on one of them. Jin had a Redditor tell him Diamond 2023 is harder than GM 2014. In StarCraft 2? No. What? It's like the opposite. That's literally the opposite. There were so many more players in 2014. Like, ranks meant so much more. It's way easier now. Like, people are GM now. It gets sad because every season you see more and more people posting like, wow, I finally got GM after so many years. And it's like, I'm so sorry. The reason you got GM is because there's less players. But yeah, that's completely true. Anyways, back to the game. We have the Oracles flying in, going after this queen here. Yeah, 4K used to be Diamond. Literally. And third base there, he is getting an Observer, going for those Blink and +1. A lot of Lings and Hydras being made here from Pig. So, Ling Hydra going against Blink Stalker. This, actually, there was a small point in the meta during Heart of the Swarm, right? They did the nerf to Swarm hosts. And I remember that Protoss just started going like mass Blink Stalker every game, and then Snoot, if you guys recall him, answered that with a very good showing. Actually, at a tournament Pig was at as a commentator, one of his first commentated events. I am Shanghai, I want to say it was, but it might have been a different Chinese city. And Snoot went for this Ling Hydra type of play, like what we're seeing right now from Pig. Just a little throwback there, but Pig is just demolishing with this. This is a very good timing attack. He's basically hitting right before Blink and right before a +1. So, like, this is... Oh, dude, he literally recalled to the same Nexus. Dude. That is funny in the saddest of ways. That is so funny in such a sad way. Oh, my God. Now, Blink is done. +1's about to be done, but Pig has gotten such an advantage. Like, I don't think Pig has any possibility of losing from here. He's gonna march in here. And, like, even if you end up holding, which it does not look like it can happen, like, if he had a battery over there, maybe. But, yeah, this is too much damage. Pig just gonna smash through. He can, like, target the Nexus if he wants. That's a good play. You bring Protoss down in Nexuses. That is just... That's no good. You can't be on one Nexus and play this game. Yeah, and he'll be able to knock him out. GG. Yeah, guy in the chat, Protoss in StarCraft 2 is considered a bit of an ape race, too. Last I checked, half of GM was Protoss.
Portugal time best
AGG.
I don't know about right this second.
$3.33. Hello RT, greetings from Europe's best country. How are you feeling tonight? I wanted to ask you, why is it that Brood War graphics look so much better than StarCraft 2? Also, the design changes in some units look silly. No?
Well, I think it's something that people do talk about sometimes, that graphically what we're looking at. StarCraft 2 is slightly more cartoonish, I think, and StarCraft 1 is a bit more gritty. And I think a lot of people associate StarCraft more with the grip. So I think that's probably why that is. People like the style of the StarCraft 1 graphics, but I think it's hard to say just straight up they're better. Maybe they fit the game more, or that's like what we were accustomed to. Careful positioning means you send one choke point that covers 3 bases. It's funny. We'll get into game number 2 here just momentarily. I'm just reading what Mapu and Pig are talking about. He's talking to Pig about the actual build, and Pig says that it's Miomeka style. Miomeka is like the top, one of the top Southeast Asian players. Interesting. All right, we're going to get into the next game, guys. Yes, I know. I know who Miomeka is. Thank you. All right, we have Pig. Looks like once again randoming into Zerg. I mean, I didn't check that he was randoming, but like he does always go random, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that's the case. Exostriker in the bottom right there as Protoss. Looks like he's gonna do the same. Oh no, he isn't gonna scout. So maybe Pig chose Zerg. Again, I wasn't looking. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, what is this flute music? Do we call this StarCraft music? What's going on here? Pig said he'll pick? Okay. Okay, so Pig did choose Zerg. Maybe he's just trying out the build. Ah, he's picking in the series. Okay. Thank you, guy in the chat. All right, so yeah, Pig just going ahead and choosing Zerg, which is cool, and that allows Exostriker to have a more pointed build as he wants. Comes up, you know, his scouts a little bit later, didn't go for the hatch block or anything like that. Yeah, the probe. Obviously, you got to keep that alive. I'm surprised that Pig is chasing it so consistently there. You're not going to catch it realistically, right? Yeah, how do Protosses play flutes with no mouths? They play it with their farts, man. Fucking dumb apes. So, yeah, the probe getting very, very low here. Going to drill towards home, it looks like. Pig just continuing onwards. Everything looking pretty normal. And we gotta wait, of course. And yeah, it's gonna be a Stargate, obviously. There it is. Same positioning for Exostriker once again as well. Dude, you can breathe through your skin, bro. And a little bit of poking here. Doesn't look like Pig is going to be getting 2 lings in this time, like he did previously. Exo did deal with that very well last time anyways. Oracle on the way. Second Adept coming up as well. Well placed Queen here from Pig. Just kind of zoning it out so you can't run up and kill the Creep Tumor for free or anything like that. You have to really commit to get it. 6 more lings on the way. So definitely getting ready to possibly catch and surround these Adepts. I think he'll cancel this. He's going to see 4 lings. Oh, he actually lets it in. Yeah, that didn't feel like a great call when you see 4 lings there. 4 lings, you know there's a queen. It's like, are you really gonna get it? Like, I guess if he literally was only making drones, maybe there's some world in which that works out well. Anyways, it's not a huge deal. I was a little bit surprised that he did it. Yeah, it comes in. Ooh, very good block there. Pig instantly making that spore. Gets his spore up. 3 queens in the main base. Speed on the way. Notice that this is a 2-hatch layer build. He does start the 3rd hatch now, but the layer is almost done. But the build remains, like, basically unchanged from Exostriker, which is kind of interesting. He might be okay, honestly. But, okay, he goes charge? Okay. I think he's kind of maybe thinking about blind countering what he played against previously. The Hydraless Den is on the way. So it's, I mean, it kind of looks like he wants to go Ling Hydra again, but the thing is, if you go Ling Bane Hydra and your opponent open charge, your opponent's going to be in some trouble, right? As long as you get those Banes out. Like, obviously, there could be a timing where, like, you don't have your Baneling Nest done and they hit with, like, a charge attack or something silly like that. Yeah, a couple Zealots coming in. More gates on the way. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing him, like, wall that ramp or something with gates. I like that type of play. It's so good against these Zergs that want to, like, come up and attack you very quickly. But I guess that works much better with Stalker. With a charge lot opener, probably not going to be the right way to do it. Lings do end up catching another Zealot. Couple Zealots there. Gonna knock them out. Getting that single sentry now. Probably for Guardian Shield. I believe that's the only sentry he's got. +1 still on the way. Charge has finished. Blink gets started. What's he going to do with the charge? Is he going to do something with it? I mean, if you got charge, I feel like, well, you want to do something. The thing is, like, 3 queens like that, I mean, you make 4 charge lots and you can fuck shit up, man. 3 oracles in just a small group of charge lots? Like, the odds of them having stuff that counters that right now is, like, not super, super high. I mean, that's probably why you got it anyways, right? So he does a tag there, sees that we have Hydras. The Baneling Nest is up, but we don't see Baneling speed yet. Just to throw that out there. Okay, he's gonna make Archons with these for sure. Now, Archon Zealot is actually not good against Ling Bane Hydra. You just don't hit the Banelings into the Archons. Hydras mangle Archons. It's hilarious. Oh, he lost all 3. Oh my god, he lost all 3 oracles there. That is pain. That is pain. And this engage, not a big fan of this from Exo. He needs to back up. Look at how much damage he's taken on those Zealots. It doesn't feel like a lot has really happened to Pig's army either. A lot of Banelings on the way. And yeah, as long as he micros this correctly, like you don't let the Banelings just all run into and detonate on pure Archon, right? And then you're good. The Zealots can't charge up onto the Hydras, so you just kind of keep the Banelings back a little bit, and if the Zealots come up, you blow them up. And that's it. See? See how he pulls back there? Very well done. See the micro? See the micro? See the Banelings waiting? He's like, yeah, I'll just target your stuff down. There's an overcharge, obviously, so you run away for that. But reinforce, and you can go back up again. He is increasing the Blink Stalker count. Well, they're not Blink Stalkers yet, but they're about to be. Okay, okay, now there you go. There you go. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, blows up. Yeah, I mean, you see? This is not a comp you want to use against Ling Bane Hydra, guys. I'm an expert at that. That's like, the last time I was super active in StarCraft 2, Ling Bane Hydra was very meta, and I hated it. I hated it. And so a little rotation from Pig over here. He is in a fantastic spot right now. I'm surprised, like, I feel like Exostriker is, like, playing so automated here. Like, in what universe are you going to walk over and make a 4th base when you just got your army mangled like that? Right? And then he starts it again. Yeah, Pig gonna turn him around and chase him all the way back. I mean, this army just doesn't do anything. It's Gateway Man. You know, it's Gateway Man plus an Immortal. The Immortal gets no plus damage against anything here. I don't know what to tell you. It's... Ugh. And Pig here just kind of microing back. Definitely needs to refill his army. It feels like he's maybe over-microing just slightly here. It's like, just back up. Get your shit together. Go again. Now, there is a world in which 4 Colossus pop out, right? Like, he's almost halfway through 2. If he gets to 4 Colossus here, cleanly, that's gonna be pretty damn good, right? And one thing that Mapu just showed us there, Exostriker has a lot more probes right now, so that's quite nice. Pig actually has a 4th base, but now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't have any drones down there. But yeah, if he gets his 4 Colossus out, like, look, he has Thermal Lance on the way, start 2 more Colossus. Like, his army's going to be really, really good. And we didn't go Hive yet, right? I don't believe so. All right, comes up with a little attack inside. I like this from Pig. I like this from Pig, as long as he can get out of there. 2 more Colossus do get started. Okay, you got to pull back now. You got to pull back. Put some damage on those gateways. I mean, that might come in useful later. Probably not, but you never know. Good amount of roaches. Yeah, I gotta turn around what I was saying here. Pig with this low drone count, he's having a hard time. And as the 4 Colossus come out, I think that Exostriker is going to be able to just take this. It's like, I know that we've switched into Roach to try to compensate for the amount of Colossus out there. But, like, I think Pig has to go, like, counterattacks or something like that. Because I don't, like, the main army from Exostriker, I think is going to be way too strong. Because he's getting the Prism, adding 3 gates. Ooh, Disruptors being added in. Perfect choice, perfect choice. 4 Colossi and a Disruptor. And then you got Archons to kind of tank some damage. I know we have at least 1 sentry for that Guardian Shield, crucial. And then some Blink Stalkers. Like, that's an army that really can dismantle this. Okay, now here's the counterattack. This is exactly what I want Pig to do here. And he's actually got to target down a building. Because look at this. Exo is opening that up and coming in for the flank. You've got to target a building down quickly, so you have 2 ways you can go through. Okay, gets rid of the pylon and tries to walk through. Disruptor is waiting for him. Ouch. Ouch. But he has this other counterattack and will be able to take down this Nexus. And in fact, whatever gets warped in, I don't know about that. I feel like that gives Pig an opportunity here. He is going to be able to... Well, he wipes 2 of the Colossi and ends up holding there. Kind of a funny-looking game. So Exo does save that, and I guess at the end of the day, that did turn out to be a good choice. It didn't look super good at the beginning. But it looks like Pig having a hard time at this point. Has a good amount of Ravagers out. Hits a few Biles in there. It's really switched completely to Roach Ravager from Ling Bane Hydra. Oh god, the Disruptor does target it down very, very importantly. But I don't know if his army has the quality here. Let's see. That Immortal dealing a lot of damage. Nice micro back here from Exo. Yeah, the Force Field actually did mess him up quite a bit. He busts it, but too little, too late. Yeah, Exo's still looking good as far as economy goes. And, well, I mean, just continuing to warp in whatever he can right now. Adding some more Archons in there. I think anything for tanking is pretty solid right now. Roach is trying to catch this. Ooh, that's a nice little kill. A lot of Roaches being made right now for Pig. And yeah, this is that forward blink there. He's going to kill everything off. And GG is called. Tied up 1-1. It actually is a good series. Yeah, sorry, I kind of missed the actual worker count there. I was just looking at the unit choices, and Pig's was way, way better. But it was kind of all in, actually. It's a very strange build. I have not seen this before. He's getting up that layer very quickly. I did mention about the slower third base. But, yeah, he just didn't drone very heavily, right? Very, very low on drones. He was, like, in the 50s for that attack. Whereas Exo, even though he has the wrong units, he had enough workers that he's able to kind of refill a little bit easier. When's the next Ascension? Well, we just got the final group, which is going to be Zeke, DeWalt, and Gypsy. They are going to play, and then I'm going to cast it. They're going to play by the end of the week. So if they play quicker, then it'll be casted this week. I don't think it's going to be casted this week. So let's go ahead and just say it's going to be casted next week. Yeah, honestly, they'd have to play it like today for it to get casted this week, which I don't think is occurring because I just spoke to them this morning. Yeah, Ascension's been good. All right, we're getting into game number 3. I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to Pig's droning this game, so I don't have a bad call like that again. Let's do it. Pig versus Exostriker. Do I remember Apex X? Yes, very well. Someone's asking me if I remember Apex X from Clan AX. I actually, at my first live LAN event, I lost in the winner bracket to Apex X in a game that I had 1,000,000,000% won. It was so depressing because he was actually like he mostly played random. This was in 2002. And it was a Terran versus Terran. He random into Terran, and I got so ahead. I had him completely contained on 2 bases. I had so much. And I was waiting for him to leave, and I flew 8 drop ships of Goliath tank into his base where he just had Goliath tank waiting, and he blew it all up in one and knocked me in the loser bracket. It was such a throw. It was insane. So yes, I remember Apex X. I hope he's doing well. I hope he knows how fucking stupid that was that I threw that hard. All right. No, TVT used to be much more dropship focused. It wasn't vulture focused until like 2006 or 7. This was 2002 that tournament happened. I doubt either of us made a single vulture that game. Anyways, here we are. Here we are, Babylon. And Pig once again going to be showing us his Zerg power. We'll see if he once again goes for that kind of weird build we saw in the previous game. I'm interested in it. And, yeah. Dude, I'm actually, now that you brought up that, and I got that whole dose of that 2002 tournament loss in my head. I'm like kind of feeling sad, but also I have like excitement in my belly because I just love LAN tournaments so much. I don't know. It's a very weird emotional state you just put me into, guy in the chat, by bringing up Apex X. Anyways, running out the Adept. He's going to go Stargate again, as we see. No Warp Gate being started. That's how you can tell. You save that additional gas and just get the Stargate a little bit quicker. Very standard stuff. Yeah, this is some solid StarCraft 2 music right here. Bam. All right. A couple lings get in again, similar to game number 1. And once again, yeah, so this is the build that it seems... I think this is why Pig chose to do choosing Zerg in this series, right? It really looks like he wants to practice this build. So he's 1-1 with it so far, but obviously, you know, it like last game you could see that Exostriker had a better idea maybe to how to deal with it, even though it didn't feel right to me watching it. But here Pig is doing it again, right? He's going layer on 2 base. If it's the same build as last game, his 3rd base will start right around now. He should be sending a drone right now to the 3rd base. Do we have a drone going? No? Okay, so maybe it's a different build that he's doing then. Oh no, there goes the drone. A little bit later than the previous game. Notice, oh yeah, see he has over 400 minerals, so like he did miss time sending that drone. That's okay. And there's the Hydra den. So, Oracle's flying about, getting their scouting on. honestly, when you scout this, I wonder how important it is to actually dive and kill drones. This is something I think about a lot in StarCraft 2. Is, like, when you look at a situation like this, right? Like, someone's on 2 bases. And you know that they're going to be kind of drone light anyways. Like, when you think drone light, you're like, oh, killing more drones helps a lot or something. Which, in a way, that makes sense. But honestly, if they're going to be a little bit all in with their build, might it be better to save some energy, some health on your oracles? And do things like set up some very good stasis wards, continually scout, right? As opposed to dive in for kills. You know, maybe, you know, utilize them to snipe a unit or 2 here or there. I don't know. I have some ideas about that there in my head about, like, is it better to deal damage to your opponent who's going to be attacking you, or is it better to make sure your defense is a little bit stronger and knowing exactly when and what is coming so you can defend accurately? Anyways, the Oracle's flying in. Has him pretty spread out, so he's taking a bit of damage. That third base can't really be mined from at the moment. Some good tags going down. He does know about the Hydralisks being out already. And it looks like he's going for basically the same thing. I mean, he has a stasis ward there. That's not very impactful right now. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some stasis wardery near his base. Right? Sometimes you gotta be clever with how you place it when they have a lot of lings in the attack, though, because like they'll try to run a ling by to get it, so you got to be careful about that. Yeah, like pretty far behind, I think, is decent. See, he's running these in to see if, well, not only to see if units are there, but also to trip stasis wards. So he'll trip that one. Now that's a very good stasis ward. That actually kind of blocks. Oh god, actually. These are... At first, okay, if it was only the lings, I was about to explain to you how that makes a wall the charge lots can't go past, or have a very hard time going past, but then the Hydras froze there, and it's like, yeah, even your Hydras can't really attack in now. Anyways, really funny. The Oracles all end up dying right there. And... well, I mean, that is a hell of a lot of Zealots. The Baneling Nest is just now starting. So, Exo might be able to just knock through this really, really quickly. That Baneling Nest coming up. I think it's definitely worthwhile to pull back and make a good clutch of Banelings here. Just make whatever you can afford, go back in. Taking a look, by the way, it's 39 drones against 52 probes, right? So we're kind of in that similar situation. The third base has no drones mining at it for Pig. So even though you look at this and, you know, you can tell very easily that compositionally speaking, Pig's army counters the army that he's fighting against. But size-wise, that could be an issue. All right, pulls back against... oh, Jesus. Tried to pull back against the Banelings, and Pig is really crushing this time. My God. Picks off that overcharged battery very, very quickly. More Zealots come in, but he does have more Lings rallying up. A little bit of miss micro there on the Hydras for a second. Walked forward instead of back with that stutter step shot. And now getting on top of these probes. Yeah, this is starting to go towards Pig extremely quickly. I mean, you're warping in 4 to 8 units at a time. He has 18 Lings coming across the map with a good clutch of Hydras already there. So I think Pig has basically closed this game out. This does not look like one that you're going to be able to come back from. And now that he sees those, he can actually back up and make some Banes. Like, really, he should just pull 4 Lings out and make Banes with them right now. Or you should have immediately when he saw those Zealots. If your opponent's still making Zealots, I don't see why you wouldn't. It's like a slippery slope. You make that round of Zealots, you have to make another one too. Okay, gets up here with the Lings, surrounds everything. Pig gonna easy through this. And yeah, he hasn't actually killed the Nexus yet, just to throw that out there. So any world in which he wins, that could, or that Exo wins, that would be part of it. Probes, run away all the way to the main base. Some Zealots warp in, so the Lings do have to turn around. Don't forget that these Zealots have +1, so they do 2-shot the Lings. So the Lings do have a very hard time against Zealots here. Unpowers a couple more gateways. Looks like he's going to leave that area and just go kill this base off now. Look at this. Exo is being very sneaky. Makes some probes there, gets a battery, but this is going to be eliminated before he can get it back up. Looks like he is going to try to reset up his natural here. Now, one thing to mention, the most recent patch allows Archons to go through that hole now, which is really good. They used to actually be stuck on a hole that looks like that, and that would be very bad for Pig right now. For most of StarCraft 2. For 12 years of StarCraft 2, they would not fit through that hole. But now they do. It's nice. It's nice. I think that was a reasonable change. Now, Infestation Pit coming up. Pig has drone during this, by the way, right? Remember when I mentioned his drone count last? What did I say? Was it 39, I want to say? We're at 59 now, so he's 59 against 40. Definitely Pig looking dominatingly ahead. Exo is making, like... That army looks reasonable until you look at the clock, right? We're at 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Suddenly that army doesn't look so reasonable. And then you look at Pig's army, you're like, that's not really that big for 10 minutes and 20 seconds either. All right, looks like he has a little group of lings, maybe going to go for a little backstab into the main base, since Protoss don't have any doors. I think what you do is you poke this third base location with this army, and then you'll pull it back and run the lings in. Oh, he does have a Zealot in that wall. So Pig gonna abandon that now. Looks like he actually wanted to do the run-in and then the hit on the third, which is fine. Hive on the way. More Archons being made. I gotta say, I mean, his economy, I guess this is what he can really afford. His Zealot Archon right now, it's probably the biggest bang for his buck he can get. But... you know, Archons in this case, well, they'll do well against Lings, but that's about it. Banelings, I guess, if they make any. But now it's just Roaches being made by Pig. Alright, gonna go ahead and knock down these rocks. Pig opening the map a little bit. See if he grabs Vipers. Yeah. Seems like that's the only thing he would really want going up into the Hive tech. I think there's no real reason for Lurkers. Like, you could go Lurker, but I don't see a reason. Obviously, you don't need that Hive necessarily anyways, just for the good upgrades. But yeah, I mean, if you're filling up those Vipers all the way and you abduct 6 Archons, he doesn't even have 6 Archons. So... I mean, the unit value is going to go way down. Maybe he's thinking back. The way that he lost the previous game was to 4 Colossi. So maybe this is the way that he tries to counter that a little bit. All right, Pig coming in for the attack. No way you're holding this as Exostriker. So Pig going to go ahead and take him down. Does end up winning the series 2-1 with this really interesting, very fast 2-base Hydra build. GG. So there you have it. 2-base Hydra. It's a weird one. I believe he got the build from Miomeka is what he was saying.